the spectacular Scarlet Spider.
What's up, guys? Spectacular Scarlet Spider 118 here, and today I have a follow-up to my previous video about the Zentai Zone catastrophe that's been going on. But before I get into that, I do want to apologize quickly for the white noise in the background. It is summertime. I got a fan running. It's on the low setting, so hopefully it's not too bothersome or too noticeable, but I did want to point out because I didn't want any comments down below saying, like, do you realize your fan's on? Yes, I realize my fan's on. Not the point. Anyways, to get right into it, Zentai Zone actually responded to my email that I said that I would send them, and they gave me some insight as to why they are changing their website to printcostume.com. So I have some answers about that, a couple of things they will be adding to both Zentai Zone and printcostume.com, the discount codes, and some features that are going over to printcostume.com that are staying the same from Zentai Zone. So stay tuned for all that stuff. So yeah, anyways, if you haven't seen the last video, I would highly recommend you go check that out, but I will give a quick recap in case you haven't. So basically, Zentai Zone, it came out this past weekend that Zentai Zone is going to be moving all their Spider-Man and superhero costumes over to their new website, supposedly called printcostume.com. And this left a lot of us cosplayers very confused by this move by them, me especially, because it didn't really make any sense to me, and it still kind of doesn't. And I'll explain why it still kind of doesn't in a little bit, but we were a little baffled because they had sent this email out to one of their sponsors, and he put it out there promoting it, and there was no explanation after that as to why they were doing this. So we had like a bunch of people, including myself, going out there asking them some questions, emailing them why they're doing this, or like if this is actually legit. And here, I got some answers for you today. So I sent them an email after I recorded that video asking them, and it took a while for these replies because Zentai Zone does not reply during the weekends. They reply like Sunday nights and Monday nights or whatever. So just to get that out there in case you're wondering like why your email is not replied to or if it's taking too long, that's like the thing, they don't reply on weekends. So getting back to it, I asked them what was the deal, like if this is printcostume.com really Zentai Zone. I asked them what about the discount codes because I had some questions about that, and I asked them why they were doing this in the first place. So to answer those questions, I'm going to go one by one. So the first question was, is printcostume.com Zentai Zone? Well, the simple answer is yes. They did confirm it again that printcostume.com is Zentai Zone. It is the same company. And then that might lead you to wonder why they're doing this. So they gave a response that went something like this. I'm just paraphrasing, going off the top of my head. But they said something along the lines of, we want to service the superhero customers a lot better, and we feel that by making a new website, printcostume.com, and adding a lot more features, we can do that a lot better and more organized. And it went something like that. I'm just paraphrasing here, but that's basically the general gist of it. And they said that a lot of those features that they want to implement have not been added in yet, but they will be getting to that eventually. And one of those features is discount codes, and I'll get right back to that in a moment. But so that is why they're making this new website. They feel that they have not been see, to me this answer doesn't really add up all that much, because they say something that their reasoning is like, we haven't felt like we've been servicing people as well, and we want to do that better with printcostume.com or something like that. And I think Zentai Zone was already perfect, and I think that they had a lot of features that were already the best and didn't really need improving on, though I will be fair, printcostume.com does have some features that I do appreciate. One of the most ones that comes to mind right now off the top of my head is the fact that, you know how when you'd order a suit from Zentai Zone, like a custom suit like the one I'm wearing right now, well, actually, technically, this isn't a custom. Whatever. You know how you go to their custom printing and sewing, and you need to put the pattern link to get the costume printer or whatever, and you'd have to put it down in the additional notes box. Well, on printcostume.com, they actually already have that box like set that says pattern link, and there's a little box that you can put in to make it very clear. They already have that implemented into their custom printing and sewing, and I think that is fantastic because it adds that much more depth to their website. So it makes it easier for people who did not know that. There's a couple other things that are escaping my mind right now. I think they changed shipping as well. They used to do it by FedEx, but it says DHL now. And I did not see an option for a fast shipping, but then again, I use mobile, so I didn't see if it was like on a PC website. So Yeah, I don't know. The shipping's a little different now, which DHL is pretty quick. I will give them that. Though I've only used DHL for like RPC Studio and Zentai, so it's been a while personally. So we'll see how that changes. Though FedEx the 2 weeks, I don't know. That was always great. I don't know if that's going to affect the timing of it though. So we'll see how the shipping is handled now. I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, but like my suits have always come by FedEx, not DHL, unless I'm getting something mixed up here because maybe DHL does the air and FedEx does the ground. I don't know, but I used to always get it by FedEx. That's kind of besides the point. But there like that. There's a couple features on there that are actually pretty interesting. I think are going to work. However, I didn't mean to go on that tangent, but however, these features could have easily been implemented into Zentai Zone's original website because they also said in that email that Zentai Zone's website, the current one that they have right now, is not going away. Zentai Zone's website is going to be updated and revitalized to just fit Zentai suits only. Now, I don't really know the market for Zentai suits. As you can see, I'm one of those customers who's going to go over to print costing because I'm into the Spider-Man and superhero stuff. Though I will admit, getting the plain color fabric suit for like Ben Riley, Venom, or Leonardo has come in handy a couple times, and the Shredder undersuit. So I still probably will buy it from Zentai Zone's regular website for those basic color fabric suits that I can get custom measured. But at the same time, their answers doesn't line up really because they're gonna be both updating Zentai Zone, the current website, and printcostume.com to implement new features when they could have just upgraded Zentai Zone's website in of itself because why split your catalog into two? Like I get it to make it simple, but at the same time you already have a giant fan base and a giant customer base that's going to be very confused by the split and not know that you are printcostume.com. So I think they need to do some statement about that and make things very clear for the general audience, maybe on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever they use. So there's that is very confusing to me at the moment as well. So I still think they're not telling the whole truth about that there might be some legal thing. This is pure speculation at this point because it does their answer makes sense and doesn't make sense. Like I said, it doesn't really line up all that well to me to make a new website when they're already going to be updating the old website to remove the stuff and add some more features to the old website to rearrange it, and it doesn't really make sense, but I get it. Like you want to make things simple. You don't want the people who are there for Spider-Man suits to get lost and confused, but I don't know. To be honest, it doesn't really line up to me. So but it is true, printcostume.com is Zentai Zone, and that is why they made it. And the discount codes, which this one is pretty interesting to me because they did say discount codes are here to stay, and I'm very happy about that. I'm very glad about that. And yes, I know I have a personal stake in this, but in general, it helps everyone out. Like, it saves you money, it saves me money. It's a good all-around deal. And honestly, when we didn't know the discount codes are going to be around because you go on the website right now and you check it. You try to check out. There's no bar for discount codes. Me and a couple of the other sponsors thought the discount codes were just going to be taken away, and this was kind of a bad thing both for us and everyone else because I tried to calculate how much my normal suit would cost at printcostume.com, which it would be without the discount code, and it ended up being like $20 or $30 extra, which isn't all that much when you're already paying 100 plus, but like it does save a lot of money, and it's just an all around good thing. So I'm very glad to hear that Zentai Zone or printcostume.com, either or, is continuing to use the discount codes, and that's one of the features that they haven't implemented yet that they mentioned, or they didn't outright say they haven't implemented it yet, but when they were talking about the new website, they said that there's a bunch of features they haven't implemented yet, and seeing as they just said the discount codes were going to be around and they're not implemented, like you go to the website, you can't use discount codes, it's safe to say that that's one of the features they're talking about. Discount codes will be implemented again sometime soon, hopefully. So please use code Scarlet118 at Zentai Zone and printcostume.com when it becomes available because it will be implemented sometime soon, hopefully. So that is very good news. I will be continuing to do reviews and start off doing reviews for printcostume.com. So stay on the lookout for those when they arrive. I also want to mention the fact that they have a sort of sale thing going on right now to get customers for printcostume.com. It's where you buy a suit, full price suit from their website, and then you review it on their website, or make a video like I do where I review their costumes and you post it on their website, and then they give you a 50% off code for your next suit. So it's a pretty good deal so far. I do have a little bit of a weird problem with that deal because I don't think it's going to sustain their business. And I think that they might just be doing this for the first month or two of their business to get people onto print costume. But if they keep this deal going for all time, they're going to lose a lot more money than they are making. But that's just a weird little nitpick I have. It's not really too much because it's good for us, right? Like I'm probably going to jump on that deal. You know, get a suit for half off, and then that's an insane deal. It's not as good as buy one get one free, but it's just as good almost. You know. So I'm probably gonna hop on that later on, as long as that deal sticks around. So that is, pretty much the bottom line. Oh no, there's one more thing I almost forgot, and I'm even wearing one right now. Color fabrics will continue to be an option at printcostume.com. I don't know if it's gonna be one of those features they're gonna implement where you can select it as an option for your costume, because that hasn't really happened yet. I've looked through their website. When you drag down the option to select what kind of fabrics you want, color fabrics do not pop up. But Gas and Spidey, my good old pal Alex, emailed them about color fabrics, and they did say that color fabrics will continue to be an option that you can ask them for on printcostume.com. And that is great news for me, because as someone who loves color fabrics, and I'm just going to keep getting color fabric suits, because I was a little worried about that as well. I was worried about the discount code thing, because that does continue to keep helping me allow to get suits. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It's awesome. It's great. It helps save you guys a lot of money too, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you who continue to use it. And so having the discount code stick around and color fabric stick around is going to make me stick around, because I was seriously kind of contemplating leaving, mostly due to a lot of the changes that I felt were wrong and kind of bad about this sort of thing. I still don't like the name. Alex kind of coined the term PC, which is short for print costume, and I might start referring to print costume as PC, because print costume is just a mouthful. It doesn't roll off the tongue like Zentai Zone. When you have that alliteration of both letters, Zentai Zone, that just it makes sense, it fits. But then you have print costume, it just sounds weird. So PC, I might start saying that. But obviously in my reviews and stuff like that, it'll go like, oh, I got a new suit from printcostume.com. And that's going to take some getting used to on my end, because I'm used to saying, I got a new suit from Zentai Zone, and I don't know, it's going to be a little weird for me, so we'll see what happens with that. Though that is pretty much it. That kind of wraps it up. So to quickly summarize, Zentai Zone is printcostume.com. They're making the new website because they feel that they're going to service a lot more customers better this way, who are better suited for superhero stuff. Discount codes are staying. They will be updating printcostume.com to have a lot more features, as well as removing this old suits from Zentai Zone. So get your suits from Zentai Zone, I guess, while you can, because they're going to be, I don't know, if you feel very particular about getting that Zentai Zone bag that you always get and you want one more, I don't know, that's just a little throw-in line. And then color fabrics are coming back, which is awesome. So discount codes, color fabrics are making me stay. And what do you guys think? Are you guys staying with print costume / Zentai Zone, or are you going to move on to someone else? Please let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys think. And with that being said, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Share the video. Follow me on Instagram at SpectacularScarsBear. Use code SCARLET118 at Zentai Zone and printcostume.com when that option becomes available. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Spectacular Scarsbear, 118, out. See you guys.